Ben.
And I'm Doug Warner. The new system is called the Aqua Levee, a flood wall made up of triangular sections anchored by water bags, and it's sold as a quicker, better way to prevent flooding. KSLA News 12's Nick Lawton live in the studio right now. Now, you saw these barriers at work when you were in your reporting in Baton Rouge. You were out there at today's demonstration. I kind of call you an expert on this. Give me your 2 cents. What do you make of this Aqua Levee?
Well, I did note a few similarities right off the bat, Doug and Dominique. Now, what you see behind me right now, this is the aqua dams that the DOTD and the National Guard erected down in Baton Rouge. You can see these large tubes right here, which became bags with water being pumped into them to form walls. Now, this is what we saw this morning. This is the Aqua Levee from this morning. Now, similar bags are inside these triangular structures right here. Those are also filled with water to anchor them down. Now, its designers say these can go up faster, but I asked Bossier officials if they made the cut. A fire hose pelted the Aqua Levee with water Tuesday morning, a test of what could become a weapon against floods in Bossier Parish.
Each one of these is about 6 feet 4 inches long, 2 feet high. That replaces approximately 120 sandbags.
Every one of these sections can be set up and contains a 65-pound water bladder that can be filled by floodwaters against floodwaters.
The hard shell also prevents punctures or any other risk from debris. We had given them a standard axe and just said, go ahead and start hitting this. So you can see the limited amount of damage on the back side of it.
The water bags are similar to aqua dams we saw being deployed in the Baton Rouge floods, but where those took around 8 people to unroll and hours to fill, 2 members of the Aqua Levee team had a 50-foot wall erected and filled in 15 minutes.
Less labor, less size, and also a lot easier to remove.
Sometimes you get a really narrow wedge. Some Bossier Parish leaders told us they liked what they saw.
Well, I'm impressed with the expediency that we could employ these. We would move them around as they were needed. And it does not mean that we would no longer use sandbags, because people needing sandbags around their house.
The Aqua Levee can hold a flood of more than 20 inches, but its designers say they also stack. Still, Bossier leaders say they'll need to talk more.
Is there any downside to it? Because today we're seeing all the pros, and in everything that we do, there's always a pro and a con.
Now, one of the factors that Bossier leaders told us is, of course, cost. Now, Aqua Levee officials tell us they can be deployed on a lease or purchase option, but it ultimately depends on how many will be needed. But Doug and Dominique, right now, Bossier leaders say they will continue to just have their discussion now that they've seen this first test.
Nick, on face value, it seems like just throwing sand in a bag is good. It's a cheaper option than obviously that. To create a long wall, we're talking a number of those. Any idea what kind of financial investment the city or the parish would have to make?
Well, for that 50 or 60-foot wall, it did take about 7 or 8 of these Aqua Levees put together, and they said, you know, just one of these can equate to more than 100 sandbags. So they say they're clearly billing this as a stronger, more effective option, but it comes down to, will Bossier leaders have to pay more to save more?
All right, Nick, thank you, sir.